We're back. Welcome back to another episode of Forever and Then Some. I'm Brian Hefner. This is my beautiful wife Tiffany, and we're parents who like theme parks, and we're gonna talk about a specific theme park in this episode. A little park called Epic Universe. I thought maybe you did it. I was like, maybe she'll hit it, maybe she'll. I don't know. It felt like that's where it was going. It didn't go there.
I didn't catch the vibe. I didn't know that's what you were doing. Thought you were stuttering on your words or something for a second.
Yeah, if you're one of our many watchers and listeners, you might have watched a little vlog that I made this week that said we're going to Epic Universe, and I told you guys that we're going to make a podcast and talk about hype lists, talk about overall feelings, talk about we're going. I'm super excited. Tiffany's excited too. She's not as excited as I am.
No, I hate Universal Parks.
Just kidding. Yeah, it seems that way sometimes.
It does
but
not. He's sensitive about his parks.
I am, and she looks through Universal Parks through the lens of a Disney goer, and I look through all theme parks like I love them all and understand. Like, I understand SeaWorld is SeaWorld.
He says the same things that I say. When I say them, I'm dissing something that he loves. That's how he takes it.
Yes, because I love Universal. And Epic Universe
looks awesome.
Looks like it could very well be one of the best parks in the world. Easy peasy. I don't know if it's better than Walt Disney World, but
it's not.
A lot of people are saying that,
I believe the theming this time is hand in hand with Disney. I think they actually took an extra step with the theming in the
Albert
quick serve. No, the quick serve dining. Like, they're actually like super themed.
Yeah.
A lot of the food is themed to like each area.
Yeah.
Disney does like play on themes with like restaurants and foods, but they don't like go like super crazy, I don't think, with their restaurant theming, unless it's like, I would say, like in Hollywood Studios, the restaurant, of course, the little quick serve there for Batu is.
Yeah, well, yeah, Batu was like I get what you're saying.
You know
like,
what I mean?
The food doesn't always like match an overall theme and land, but Batu was like the first land that was like
a theme.
You walk into it and it is all
right.
And Universal with Harry Potter, like you walk in there and it is only that. There's no
Disney has theming really well in general. I think that they just haven't had, other than Batu, and they do have the Pandora area. Yeah. As far as movies go, where you're like fully like kind of immersed into an area.
I think Toy Story too.
Toy Story is really good, but that theming is really well in those restaurants as well.
What, in Toy Story?
Yeah. Yeah. But I did also hear that you can see other worlds from,
like, the sight lines aren't that great.
You can just, that you're able to see.
I heard that from what I've watched on YouTube and what I've heard, they're definitely visible in some areas. I mean, there's Isle of Berk, you're seeing Stardust Racers. But I've also heard that the lands are so good that it doesn't take you out of it. I do know that Nintendo, you can't see anything else in Nintendo.
Well, yeah, because it's like walls blocked up, right?
And France, you don't see anything else but France. So we're kind of just talking about like a Dark Universe. I'm pretty sure you can see a little bit of Celestial, and Isle of Berk, you can still see a little bit of Celestial.
Okay.
But I think that I forget what you said. When we first watched like a first couple of videos, you were like, okay, so they are going as hard as Disney goes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to go to Epic Universe. In the vlog, I talked a little bit about like I was literally making a video early in the week, and I didn't finish putting it together, but I was making a vlog and I was talking about like how I didn't think I was going to end up going to this park for a long time. And then the grace of God, I got a bonus at work and was able to get my tickets. And then Tiffany decided that she was going to go after her brothers and sister bought tickets. So now we're all going. And I'm stoked. I can't wait. We're going to Epic Universe.
I'm very excited.
It feels crazy. Let's get into it. Overall excitement. I'm super duper excited. So Out of all the lands that that we've watched so far, all the lands in the park, what is your most hype land?
Isla Burke.
Yeah,
I've never seen the movie. I don't think I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen the full movie. But just with the animatronics, I don't know. Paris looks really good.
yeah, Paris does look good, but I have to agree. I think that Dark Universe is probably going to be my favorite, but Isla Burke feels like the underdog, and I didn't realize that like Isla Burke, it's the biggest. It's
It
very
is
big.
I think it's just like what I think I like about it the most thus far without going is like it looks like it's the most family friendly.
Hmm.
Like there's gonna be kids that are scared to go to the dark universe for sure. It's like creepy.
Yeah,
Um
it's more adult.
and but it's just like you can your kids can have fun. You can enjoy it being not childlike, but just enjoy something that's not always an adult activity only.
Yeah,
And the dragons just look really cool. I'm ready to meet Toothless.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. The I actually wanted to bring up before we even got into the hyped land, like our most hyped lands, but the wait times haven't. We There's been like average wait times posted,
Mm-hmm.
and like honestly, they don't look that bad. Minecart Madness is the longest wait time right now, and at average, it's only been like 60 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we're able to, well to get a virtual queue for
Oh yeah.
Ministry
So
of
yeah,
Magic
Ministry of Magic this week they put out that it's on virtual queue. I don't. Yeah, hopefully, and
because I feel like that's going to be the ride that you're not going to be able to get to in the park
hmm
after this. Like it's just going to be. I'm not waiting in an hour and a half line. I'm not doing it.
um, it's this and Monsters Unchained have had the longest waits,
That's
and
the
they're
one
the
that has
most
the
like
giant Dracula and
yeah.
the
I'm not gonna lie, my hype is Stardust Racers, the roller coaster, and that, and then Ministry of Magic. Those are like the three that I think.
yeah. With me not being able to ride roller coasters, I'm more um
Yeah,
I think excited for Mario.
Mario Kart
Yeah,
Bowser's Challenge.
yeah.
You're excited for that?
I am. I feel like I mean,
I feel like I'm least excited for that.
well,
I mean, it looks cool.
there's that, and then there's the Ministry of Magic, which that's my number one. I think I'm most excited for.
Yep, Monsters Unchained you can ride.
Okay, I don't even really know what that one is about at all. I
It's
don't think
just about the Universal. It's like so the daughter of Frankenstein.
I've seen that. The
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like, I mean, I don't really know like what the premise of the ride is.
I've
I think
honestly
she's like trying to
she
capture Dracula, right?
yes, from
Yeah.
what I understand. I watched the pre-show video. I have not tried to like watch too much about the ride itself. I'm pretty sure Dracula like tries I'm pretty sure that all the Universal monsters try to attack and you're like supposed to be on her side with
Okay.
With Frankenstein's monster.
Right. Okay.
But I really like I've already spoiled the entire park for myself, like the visually with
Mm-hmm.
watching everything. So I really tried to like not watch any ride on, which people aren't allowed to record anyway.
Right.
So there's not that great of video. But Kyle said he's watched all the ride on like the videos of the rides themselves.
I don't think I've ruined myself for like not the experience. You're still gonna experience it. And it's a
Yeah, no,
completely different thing being there than seeing it on like a screen.
that's exactly where I'm at with it.
But the only thing that I feel like I've really seen quite a bit of would be
Eilerberg.
Isla Burke.
Yeah. I mean, we've watched videos of everybody going. I don't, but
I'm
see,
usually
I'm,
like doing something. I feel like why they're on. Like we haven't watched them at night when we're about to go to bed. We've
yeah,
been watching them downstairs. So I'm usually like cooking dinner or the baby, and I'm not fully paying attention. That's the only reason I feel like I haven't really seen it. I've heard about it a lot. I've listened to them,
yeah,
but like all it seems like every single time we watch them, Isla Burke is like the first place everybody goes. So I'm getting the most of that
yeah,
one
yeah,
from each video.
yeah. I definitely, I mean, I feel like it's the biggest land, so that's where people spent the most time, and it has the most to offer because it has a show and three rides. The other lands only have like Wizarding World only has a ride and a show, and
But
then
I thought they all had two rides.
no, Wizarding World only has one. and then a show.
Mm.
And then Dark Universe has two, but there's no show. There's a lot of meet and greets,
Okay.
and then there's food. And then actually, I guess Nintendo Land probably has the most because it has the Bowser's Challenge, Mario Kart. It has Yoshi's. Has like it's like a people mover kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and then it has Donkey Kong.
How many rides are there?
Total
Yeah.
one, two. Hold on.
13.
Hold on. 11. So in Nintendo, Mario Kart, Mine Kart Madness, which
Mm-hmm.
was Donkey Kong, and then Yoshi, and then Isle of Berk has the Dragon Racers Rally,
Mm-hmm.
the boat ride, the fire drill,
Uh-huh.
Hiccup's Wing Gliders, and this is a training camp. So I think this is like a play area. So that's not really a
So
ride.
they each have 3, the two biggest ones. Do you think they left room to build more?
Yes. Yeah,
So
they've
this
already talked about it.
this
Or there's
isn't just
already
what it
rumors.
is.
No, there's plots to add on. They think that Nintendo's already going to be getting added on to, because
So they're
they
not adding on more worlds. They're just probably just more to the
I
parks.
don't know. I think that there's room to add on to both for to do both. I think that there's room behind Nintendo to add on to Nintendo. I don't think that I think Nintendo will be the only one they really add on to because there's so many different properties aligned with Nintendo, and they've already kind of hinted at Zelda. But Zelda, there's already been Zelda.
The hell Zelda?
It's a game. If you don't know what Zelda is,
No.
it's a very popular video game from Nintendo,
Okay.
and they've already kind of hinted at Zelda taking over.
I was thinking of that warrior princess for a second.
Xena,
Xena.
yeah,
Xena the warrior
yeah,
princess. I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
No,
Universal.
Zelda. They're rumored that that's going to go to Islands though, because the
Mm,
Islands has that whole area where Poseidon's Fury and all that's
was there,
yeah,
yeah.
that's not doing anything right now. So
Mm.
they've rumored that going over there, and they rumored that Pokemon will take over, uh, Simpsons.
I don't like that.
I kind of like it. I mean, Simpsons. I didn't really like Simpsons that much, and I enjoyed Simpsons Land.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I did play when I was younger. I played Pokemon Snap. It's a video game, and they said that they think they're gonna that could take over the ride. They could make his
Mm.
Pokemon Snap ride, but we're talking about Epic Universe. So yeah, my on for rides for me, it's definitely it's definitely the most hyped ones already. Monsters Unchained, Stardust Racers. Stardust Racers is probably first. Monsters Unchained, Ministry of Magic. Those are my most hyped. And you think that
I think Ministry of Magic and the not Luigi
Mario Kart?
are probably out of the things that I will be able to do. I think those will be.
I think you'd be able to do mostly everything in this park besides Stardust. Well, I guess Stardust you won't. You probably
I
shouldn't
can't do
do
any
Curse.
roller coasters.
Yeah, Curse of the Werewolf and Hiccup's Wing Gliders.
Okay, so I
That's a
mean,
roller coaster.
I don't know. I think there's a ride that the boat one. I think that's going to be a cute ride. I don't know
Yeah, people
necessarily
are saying that
fun.
thing's sick
Okay, but because I
because
know you're shooting at like with water, right?
yeah, it's. I don't think we're gonna ride it, but I mean, we might. I'm down to ride whatever.
Why wouldn't we ride it?
I
More
don't know.
important things.
Yes, but it's it's like boats against each other.
Hmm.
It was like you're shooting other people
Yeah, right in the eyeball.
right in the eyeball.
The food, I'm excited for the food. I really want to do one of those cones. I want to get that. There's a garlic pretzel that I
Oh
really
yeah,
want to get.
it looks like a dagger.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah,
dagger.
that's in the Dark Universe area. I honestly, for me, for food, and everybody who filmed the whole
The
thing.
barbecue place.
Yes, the 14-hour brisket. Yeah,
Yeah, I know they had the mango bread. Yeah, but as far as food go, they really haven't shown much of their food. There's an Italian pizza place,
Pizza Moon.
Pizza Moon. that honestly looks like the most bang for your buck out of what I've seen thus far. Because
Yeah,
like they're said to probably be like personal sized pizzas, but they're definitely enough to split between two people.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think everything will be available and open when we go. We're
right,
technically still in preview. So we might just be able to eat what we can eat. I don't like people. I don't know if it's because I watch so much about Nintendo Land already, but Nintendo Land is on my like least hype. The honestly like my most hype thing for Nintendo Land is Donkey Kong,
okay,
but I'm not like I wasn't. I played Mario, but I didn't
yeah.
play Mario.
I'm excited for Nintendo because I think they may have some options that stuff that they do have in Tokyo, which that excites me to try stuff that I haven't been able to have before that they have over there.
Mhm. For
But yeah,
food.
yeah. But as far as like the rides and stuff, I just think Mario Kart. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
I just think when we go back with Everly, she'll really enjoy that.
Yeah, that's definitely like a family. It seems like a family ride. And then Yoshi
Oh
too.
man!
Yoshi is like a super slow, like slower than people mover, and it goes around the
Oh,
whole top of the land.
I mean that's
It's
cool.
literally a kid's ride,
Yeah.
so she'll enjoy that too. But I think Mario Kart looks cool. It just I know it moves slow. I know
Does
it's not
it?
thrilling at all, but it's
Hmm.
like the technology in it has been super cool. But I was saying, I think I've watched so much about Nintendo Land already from the other parks
Right.
that I feel like it's the least hype for me. And the only thing that I'm really super hyped about is Donkey Kong because it's the newest section of it.
Right. I
But
think
ours is
you're
the biggest one.
yeah, I think
And it could. I'm hoping that it just takes me by surprise because I mean
it's
it's
going
going
to.
to because it's a brand new land in a brand new park. Everything is going to blow my mind all day.
Right.
Everything we do is going to blow my mind. Like I'm going to enjoy everything. Supposedly, the smallest building in Paris is bigger than the biggest building in Diagon Alley or something like that.
Okay.
It's crazy. The scale is gigantic. And there's a lot of stuff to do in there because there's only one ride. So
Right.
there's a lot of food in there. I can't pronounce anything.
I feel like that'll probably be the most immersive because the fact that it's easy to be immersed in that kind of stuff because it still technically looks like a real, you know what I
What
mean?
do you mean?
Like
It looks like a real place.
yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be wizarding. The 1920s Wizarding World,
Yeah.
Paris.
Which like I said, like I think they've done really good theming with all of them, but I don't even just mean that for like a universal park. I think when you do theming based off something that already exists,
Mm-hmm.
it just is so much easier to like when you're there to like really immerse yourself in
Yeah,
it
because you feel like
as an
you've
individual.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the World Showcase.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, and now we have. It's funny. I was watching somebody the other day, and it was like we have so many iterations of Hollywood between Universal and Disney, and now between Universal and Disney, we have two iterations of Paris in
Oh
the
yeah.
same city.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really excited about this park. I think that it's gonna be like my new favorite place. But and that's saying like I don't have that much connection to the IPs as much
Okay.
as I do like a Hollywood Studios with Star Wars or even like a Island Adventure with Jurassic Park. Like
Yeah.
I Fantastic Beasts is sick. I a lot of people don't like those movies. And
Really?
Harry Potter fans not fans of
I'm not
Fantastic
a fan
Beasts.
of them.
But
They're
but
like my favorite of out of all the like
yeah, but you haven't done the Harry Potter dive really.
I've
Or like you
watched
didn't grow up watching
all of
them.
them,
Yeah.
but
They're great. I think they're great.
I don't think they're bad movies.
No.
I think they're good movies. I
But
think Fantastic Beasts is better.
yeah. Um
I don't think they have the same like long longevity
longevity.
that it could have like how Harry Potter had that was telling like a long story.
Yeah.
And I get how people like get into immersive that and I don't feel like Fantastic Beasts necessarily has that. Like they could probably do like
There's
four
only two of
movies
them.
if at the most, and the fourth one would really be pushing it.
Yeah. And they started coming out at a time where people weren't like J.K. Rowling not as popular as she
Right.
once was. People are not big fans of her anymore.
Right.
She's got some hot takes. But
The movies were good though.
I like the Fantastic Beasts movie, so I am, and I don't think for the most part they didn't lean into the Fantastic Beasts. It's not about like the story of the movie in the land. It's more about the Fantastic
Time
Beasts.
period. Oh.
The time period, yeah, and the show is about Newt Scamander, the show in Paris. But I'm saying like they lean more towards the beasts, like
Side of it.
like
Right.
instead of the story of Fantastic Beasts, they
Right.
lean
Right.
into the actual Fantastic
Yeah,
Beasts.
that little thing that likes to steal everything. Give me one of those.
The
Put it in my
niffler,
pocket. I'll
yeah.
steal it.
There's nifflers everywhere
I'll
apparently.
steal myself a niffler. I'll
Have a
niffle.
niff,
I'll niffle the niffler.
yeah, and literally steal coins from me. There's a like a wand area where you do a spell and it shakes one of them and they start dropping
Yeah.
coins into a bowl. It's so cool.
I know Tokyo has one that comes like out and does like a little show.
In their Harry Potter land.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So cool. I have to watch How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It
I'm
just seems like
excited.
it's gonna be so epic.
So epic, dude. The most made joke since
It's gonna be
this
so
park's
epic.
it's gonna be so epic, bro. Yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for all the food and all the rides. I think for the most part with the wait times, we talked about it a little bit, but the wait times really for the highest average wait time to be 60 minutes, which I think they'll probably be over that.
When we
But
go,
we're going on a Thursday. So I'm kind of hoping that our week, like it being in the middle of the week, well, not the middle of the week, but a weekday, it might not be as bad. Because the rides that we're talking about, like, and with Ministry of Magic being a virtual queue, we
right?
might not have to waste so much time being in line for that. And I definitely think that that is going to have the highest wait times, even though the average says that Minecart or the Minecart Madness and Mario Kart have the highest wait times.
Hmm.
That's kind of crazy. But I
Well,
don't
if
hold
you
on. Now that
really,
I'm looking at this, it doesn't even have yet. Because um, Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry was only open for had only been open for media.
right?
It isn't even on this list.
You
So
know,
that's probably the longest.
I am so excited to walk through that green puff of smoke.
Oh yeah,
That's like
the
the thing I'm
Flu
most
Network,
excited about.
the Flu Network, and go
What?
into the Ministry of Magic. It's called the Flu Network.
Mm.
The green puff is that what you're talking about? And
Yeah,
then
I don't
going
like
into
that.
the
It's
Ministry.
green puff and it's called the flu.
It's the the
The flu net.
flu net. Now I'm tripping over my words. It's late at night, guys. But yeah, for most of the rides to be like under an hour, as long as they stay kind of close to this, I think we'll get a good amount done. I don't think that we'll leave the park with having everything done. Obviously,
No, because I
I think
don't want
that's
to.
impossible.
Why? I don't want to rush around. Like,
You know.
not that I'm saying I'm not gonna go back anytime soon for sure because
No.
it
Yeah.
is just expensive to go.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm like, kind of not disappointed that they haven't like let out like what their plan is like as far as like are you gonna be able to add it to your pass?
I think it'll
Is it
be a
gonna
year.
stay? But like they already know. Let me know. Let me get prepared for it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, they
how
got to make their money back. They spent a lot of money.
No, I'm not saying not do it for a year, but like you could release when you plan on doing it. Like let everybody know exactly because there are people that are buying up day tickets like crazy, multiple day tickets.
Yeah. Yeah. There was people
Because
that were buying up the 3 day tickets, the 3 day with they already they can go to the parks, the other two parks whenever they want, but they were buying that 3 day pass to get to Epic.
yeah, so
You had to buy that 3 day pass to do to be in the opening day, like the
The
opening day.
May 22nd.
To be at the opening day to buy the first batch of tickets, yeah, you had to buy a 3 park ticket. And then they started releasing. That is sold out now, though.
The May 22nd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's sold out till June.
That doesn't even sound like I would never.
Well, go May 22nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that. But like, there's people I guess like they'll go and just walk it, I guess, and enjoy it because you're gonna get on like 2 rides that day. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know if they're implementing. I think you can buy Express for it right away.
Um, so one thing I noticed, we were looking at resorts and like you know how like Disney's like not Disney, I'm sorry, Universal's premium resorts, I guess
Mm-hmm.
you get fast pass with.
Mm-hmm.
They
They're
do
not
not show
offering
the
it.
option for the newest.
They actually again released a statement saying that Express after 4 p.m. was offered to pass holders, and then went back the next day and said we actually didn't mean to say this. They've done it twice, but yeah, they've like retracted
The one
that
day where they say
statement.
like you had to pass after 4, you will.
Yeah, if you have a preferred, not preferred, but a premium pass. So like your brother has a premium
Right.
pass, the yellow pass. He gets Express after 4. They were saying there was a bunch of posts saying that
I seen the one
you
that
could
Universal
use
posts. You just wouldn't
that.
be able to use it until after previews.
Yeah, for Epic Universe, they
Right.
reject. They took that. There, you can't do that. You can't use that.
How did they
So
accidentally do
they've
this
done it
twice?
twice. It's crazy.
I think they yeah. I mean, they all do it. They all take advantage of people wanting to like get the next thing, see the next thing.
Yeah, they're
The whole
gonna.
3 park
This
day
whole
thing
first
was like
year of the park
wild.
is making. This whole first year of the park is making the money back from
Right.
building the park, for sure.
Do you think
It's
it's going to take them a year to make the money back? I don't.
uh, the whole. I forget how much it costs
It
to
was
make it.
very expensive.
Yeah, it costs like 50 million or something like that just for the licensing for Harry Potter again.
Yeah. Which is insane. They already bought like licensing for it, but since it's like a different
It's a new
franchise
every
part of it,
time they buy something, they have to go give Warner Brothers and JK a
a
bunch of
nice
money,
little check.
a nice little check, and then spoiler alert, but Ron and Harry are in the ride as animatronics. So then you got to pay Daniel Radcliffe and I forget the actor's
Like,
name, but
and
Daniel Radcliffe is a very.
so I'm confused. How are they in the ride when the ride is based off before they were? I mean, the area is based before they.
So the land itself is based off of Wizarding World 1920s,
Okay.
but the ride is based off of right after Voldemort is killed,
Mm-hmm.
sometime after Voldemort is killed, and Harry and Ron work for the Ministry. And the premise of the ride is you're about to go watch the trial of Umbridge
Right.
for her partnership or the work she was doing with
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort. So Harry and Ron are it's after
Right.
Deathly Hollows, but they're not like you know what I'm saying. So the ride takes place
Young
in the
adults. Yeah.
90s essentially.
Okay.
So the Flu Network basically brings you to a different
Time period.
place because it's the Ministry of Magic, not
Mm-hmm.
in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes you in a time machine. I guess a little bit confusing, but don't care. Need a
Sure.
little bit of
It
Harry
looks
Potter.
cool.
I'd rather have a Harry Potter ride than a Fantastic Beast ride. I think the Fantastic Beast show is going to be sick because I'm going to guess they're using like
I
puppets.
honestly like the guy in Fantastic Beasts a lot.
Newt. I think he's a
Yeah.
cool character.
I think
I don't
he's
understand
my
why people. I
favorite.
don't understand why Fantastic Beasts got as much flack as it did. Because
People don't like him, or they just don't overlike the
they just don't
movie.
like the movies in general,
Mm.
and they think that the fact that Grindelwald, they like swapped actors around
Mm.
because Johnny Depp
Right, right, right,
wasn't
right.
Grindelwald in the,
Because of the Amber
but
Heard thing,
well, I don't know if that has anything to
it
do with
did.
that, but
They fired him.
no, they didn't fire him, did they?
Yes, they did.
I thought he just got fired from Pirates,
No, everybody stopped working with him. He got fired.
but then they want him back. I don't
Disney's
know.
paying him big money to get him back. Yeah.
Is it gonna happen?
Yeah, he agreed to it. They're paying him a lot of money
As
because
they should.
also he was like bankrupt. So
from the trials, probably.
No, he has a bad spending problem.
Oh gosh.
Very irresponsible.
He does seem like that kind of guy.
Yeah,
Just live
I'll
lavish.
get some more.
I'll make more money.
I guess I don't do a Johnny Depp impression.
Yeah, me neither.
I
I
do a
try.
Jack Sparrow impression. Yeah, give me
Too
a
much rum.
roll.
Um, but yeah, Epic Universal. I mean, I am like, I'm floating. The day that we bought the tickets, I was like emotional a little bit, bro. I've been watching this park being built.
Yeah,
I know you're going into it like it's gonna be good, but you're not as hyped as I am.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, from the
We
beginning of
go
this episode,
through
it
things
seems,
differently,
yeah.
and just because I don't experience things the way you experience them or feel about them doesn't necessarily mean I'm not hyped
No,
for
I
them.
definitely think that you're excited. I mean, you love theme parks.
Right?
I think that you just love to bash Universal.
I don't bash Universal completely. I say when Universal does a good job, but if you're asking me between Disney and Universal, Disney does a much better job.
Every time we talk about Universal, we always get on the conversation of Universal and Disney in comparison.
Well, because those are the two parks that we go to.
Yeah,
If we went to Dollywood, is just as much. I would.
I think that they're
Dollywood
all
is
amazing.
less than Universal, but I love Dollywood.
I think that Dollywood is a theme park, but I think it gives more amusement park.
For sure, it does. It just has like slight theming.
It gives like just like SeaWorld, it's a theme park, but it gives more amusement park vibe.
On a grander scale, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Dollywood
think
gives a
that
grander scale, honestly.
I think it does. I think it has its own like homey feel.
It honestly feels like you're at like a amusement park in a small town.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like Dollywood is like an upper scale, like Six Flags
Yeah.
or SeaWorld
Yeah,
type,
yeah.
Busch Gardens type
For
park.
sure.
And I don't know. I love them all. And I know you do too. I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah, but you are not the type of person to say whatever you think is negative about a park. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
you
I
don't
will.
have them. Mm,
I don't think that you need to just bring it up every time the things you don't like about a park. I just love theme parks.
right.
So I mean, I'll sit here and tell you all day that Universal Studios right now, in the way it is, not that great. Islands of Adventure, I think, bangers, your favorite word. But Universal Studios right now,
Yeah.
there's 3 rides. But that doesn't mean that I don't still love going to that park and feeling the atmosphere of Universal
I don't
Studios.
enjoy the park unless it's wintertime because it doesn't seem like it's giving me enough to like not irritate me from the heat.
Yeah.
I just like
Universal has my favorite event at it though, and I think that might be saving it a lot too because I love Horror Nights.
Horror Nights.
So even if Horror Nights isn't going on, there's still like in Universal. See, you have the nostalgia. We've talked about this so many times, but you have the nostalgia of Disney. You
Right.
grew up going to Disney. You have those memories. I have them at Universal. I went to Universal when Kyle was like 3, and I was
Right.
like, however old I was when he was 3. I had to have been 10,
So yeah, no,
right?
11.
Yeah, 11. And I remember that. I remember going. My grad bash for middle school was at Universal.
Right.
My first Horror Nights was 2006.
Yeah.
The Sweet
I don't know.
16.
I'm not even like the Disney person that's just like Disney is like fantastic and like it's I mean it is.
It is.
But like there's people that like just love anything because it's Disney.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I'm not that.
I'm definitely not that either. But I will like. There's no doubt in the world that Disney does parks the best.
The theming.
Everything.
Yeah.
They're the best parks.
Right.
They're Disney. There's a reason that everybody in the world.
They actually have magic. That's what I just associate with. Like Disney gives you magic where you like cry, and I think Epic is like probably going to be the first time that Universal
Yeah.
has like done something where like you could like shed tears at going into.
Yeah, because
and you'll feel like that warmth.
Because Disney has that. Disney has the IP. Disney has, and it also is. It's attracted to kids So then it's attracted to parents. It's more family. Universal is like, if you even think about it, Universal's most kid friendly things are the biggest thing at Universal is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Clearly, what is we're so you're talking about let's just Cinderella. Cinderella is geared Snow White geared towards small children. Harry Potter is geared toward older children.
Right.
So you're already like your 2 to 5-year-old is going to be you're going to get way more emotional because you're watching your young child experience magic in a way that, you know what I'm saying, like they're so young, it's so innocent. But then Harry Potter and stuff at Universal is going to be like your older kid to early teenager.
Right.
It's just a little, it is not as magical.
I think people that
And
don't have kids experience magic at Disney. So I don't necessarily
yeah,
think that's
no,
it either.
no, you're 100%.
I
No,
think
you're right. I'm
they
not.
just have magic and Universal lacks
I,
magic.
well, I think that Disney is way older too. So the people that are enjoying Disney that don't have children were enjoying Disney as children.
The Universal came out. I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's like you said.
But what I'm saying, like what Universal, you're not going to get into the things at Universal until you're an older kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's never going to be as nostalgic as something like Snow White, something like Cinderella, something like Peter Pan, because you were a baby essentially
Right.
getting into those IP, as opposed to Jurassic Park is a PG-13 movie. You're not even supposed to watch it until you're a
Yeah.
teenager.
No, I'm getting your point
They're
behind it.
different, like
I think Universal's giving you some type of form of like magical feeling in
yeah,
these
for
like
sure, and
new
it's more
epic
thrilling.
theater, epic theater, Jesus, epic universe.
I think Epic Universe is scratching with Isla Burke. They're definitely scratching that younger kid
Isla
magic
Burke and
in Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Honestly, I mean, I think kids as young as like 8 probably with Harry Potter,
yeah,
and
for
it's so
sure, for
young.
sure. That's yeah, super young.
But I'm saying like, okay, just use your brother for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, Universal went to more. He even went even younger.
Yeah, he
You
went
know what I
as like a
mean?
3-year-old.
You guys were never Disney guys.
Never.
Kyle was never a Disney guy.
We grew up watching some Disney movies, but we weren't a Disney family.
Right.
My mom wasn't like crazy. We watched whatever was popular, and Disney is the biggest thing in the
Kyle
world.
is an adult man, no children yet,
Yeah, and loves Disney
and
like
loves
nobody's
like a child,
business.
like not like a child, but
Has
like
the
what I mean. The
child
magic gets to him.
yeah, the magic gets
So
to him. He
like
cried. I cried watching Happily Ever After as a 33-year-old man, 34-year-old man.
right. So
I get it.
I'm saying like your point with like the children or you were young. That's necessarily not it. It's just like they have something in their sauce that they're creating that
It's
just can create magic
yeah.
for anybody. And I
They're the
don't
biggest thing.
think Universal has that until now.
They're yeah.
I think Epic Universe is bringing that for them. I think Epic Universe is like going to change the way Universal's looked at. I think they're going to start taking what they've done in Epic Universe and trying to force it through the rest of the parks that they already have.
Yeah.
When they start to change things, I think they're definitely going to go with more immersive lands,
They already were
worlds.
starting with yeah, I think that they were already starting with immersion with Harry Potter, obviously.
Right.
But now they with
That was
Epic,
such. I think it's going to move faster now.
yeah, and I think that there's something about Disney where it's like the scale of it is grander.
Right.
It is huge. The parks that we don't think about as much as like Magic Kingdom obviously is this magical place. It's in the name. But think about walking right down the center of Epcot, going towards the World Showcase, and how big
Right.
everything is. And then you think about walking about down Universal.
Right.
Walking in New York at Universal is this like tight corridor compared to,
And there's
and I
also
think
like
that
gaps in it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it doesn't feel like necessarily everything is themed,
yeah,
but it feels like yeah. You know, like there's parts of like especially when you're first walking in, you're going, Now it's Minions. Now like that's super themed and that's
Mm,
really well done. But like at first when you're walking in the park, it kind of feels like you're walking. There's the gift shop right there with the little candy shop, bakery thing,
yeah.
and then you got today's cafe on the right side. Like that area is a whole bunch of nothingness for me.
When it comes to theming, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And like there's not a part that you
There's not
walk into
a
Disney that you don't get that.
yeah,
And I think
especially with Magic Kingdom.
now with I think with all of them, when you walk in, you're walking into like theme.
Yeah, and I think that they're definitely trying to do that with
I
Epic
think they did
Universe.
it with
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't even
You
seen
have to
it
walk through the Chronos. You walk and you see the Helios.
in person, but I think
Yeah,
that they've done it this time, and I
it
think they
looks
actually put the effort in. And I think this will not be their ghetto park. I think this is taking them out the ghetto,
moving on up.
moving on up. But yeah, I do. I think that they're and that was
They're
really
going more
more my
grand.
point earlier when we first started when we were like comparing. I think Universal hasn't been there and Disney has.
Yeah,
And every time that Universal has tried to do something, it's fall flat compared to Disney for me.
I
For me.
okay.
I think this park, Epic Universe, is not going to fall flat compared to Disney.
Yeah, uh, yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. I think
I
they've done
definitely don't. I mean, obviously, Universal isn't at the scale as Disney, but if Harry Potter didn't happen, Pandora didn't happen, and then you realize that kind of like their war with each other has made both places better. Even though Disney clearly didn't need to go to war with
I
anybody.
don't think they are. I think they're just coming and creating stuff and it just happens.
If Harry Potter didn't happen, we wouldn't have the worlds that we have at Disney.
I
They would
don't
just kept.
necessarily think that's true.
It is true.
Who said?
Everybody.
Who said?
They will. It. I don't know if Disney will.
They won't say that.
Seriously admit it, but it's obvious.
Disney has been changing, and that's like the biggest thing known about Disney
Yeah,
and
but
from Walt. It was to constantly change and create
yeah,
and do different.
yeah.
So no, I don't believe if Universal wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have had this.
I don't think we would.
I do think, regardless in what you're doing, if somebody does something and you're in that same type of industry or same type of like you bounce off other creative things, and when you hear like, okay, this park's doing this, your creative mind might churn a different way and do more or grander
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But I don't think that we wouldn't have the stuff at Disney if Universal wasn't doing this.
I don't think we would have it the way we have
I
it.
think probably it's more the other way around.
No,
Like
because just look at the way Magic Kingdom is laid out.
okay.
Magic. You walk in Adventureland.
Okay.
The first thing you get to is Jungle Cruise.
Right.
You walk 20 feet and you're at Pirates.
Right.
You walk another whatever, you're at Tiana's.
Right.
Okay.
Each one you went through a different like place.
Yeah, you're going through a themed place, but there's different IP meshed in these places.
Right.
Harry Potter comes out and it's a huge 14, 15 acre plot
Right.
themed to one thing and immersing you into one story.
Right.
Before that happened, Disney wasn't doing that. They were giving you all the magic of all their IP, but then all of a sudden, boom, you have a land that is dedicated to
You're
one
going off
story.
rides though, but if you also think about Magic Kingdom, you have Tomorrowland, which is completely themed to like things of tomorrow, like the future.
Yes.
You have then you go back and you have
but what I'm saying is like Tomorrowland isn't just Buzz Lightyear or just
no, but it's things of but like Ministry of Magic isn't just the Fantastic Beasts. It's got Harry Potter. And yes, they're similar, but like I think they were already doing it.
I mean, they didn't need to go to war with Universal,
right?
Obviously,
I know.
but
I don't doubt that they don't go to
lit a fire under Disney that went again lit another fire under Universal.
Right. I'm just saying
now,
I don't think that we would not have those things.
That's
where I think you're wrong. I think
don't,
Disney's always creating and changing.
Definitely, Disney would always
have done something.
Yeah, they would have always created something, but I don't think that we would have a full land of Star Wars or a full land of t- Toy Story or a full end of Pandora if it wasn't for Harry Potter.
But wasn't Disney the first one that was trying to do the Harry Potter thing?
No. JK went to and had meetings with Harry Potter
In Disney.
or in Disney,
And
and
they
Disney didn't want
turn
to.
it down.
No, they didn't give them
The money.
as much.
Yeah.
No, they wanted to make
It's smaller.
it like a small little thing, like
How they do.
how they do.
Right.
And Universal was like, "We'll give you 14 acres."
Mm.
So it's it's what happened.
Super aggressive. Jeez.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it is what happened.
I don't doubt it. I'm just saying.
And
You
I'm not
said Disney we wouldn't have the things, and I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't think we would have the way we have things. I don't think. I think they would have
I
just
think
kept.
in time they would have for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
Can't never say never. You can't. But
I'm just saying with that, I don't doubt that they're in competition.
they definitely are in competition.
I'm not doubting that. They clearly are because
Disney hadn't announced anything at a D23 for like 2 years. And then all of a sudden they're finally greenlighting villains.
Well, Disney right now is
They're
not
working
creating
on
a new park, but with everything that they're adding to all the parks is the size of a whole nother theme park.
Don't you
So
think?
that's what I'm saying. Like I think
Epic
that there
universe.
definitely is like okay, now I'm gonna come back with this.
There's no reason to even be on a side because we win. We get
no. I'm just
we
saying.
get to go to Epic and we get to go right back to Magic Kingdom the next day and experience it all.
I'm just saying if that didn't like that park didn't exist at all, never existed.
What park?
Universal.
If it didn't exist,
yeah, Disney would still be doing the things that Disney 100%. Are doing.
They would
but
still,
vice versa. If Disney didn't exist and Universal was a park, they'd still be doing the things that they're doing because that's what they're built on. I think that's what both their foundations are. Disney is more so like with Walt being behind it and like the creator of it originally. It's like, always build, always like change, always keep going. So I didn't agree with that statement, but I definitely agree that they like are.
Their competition with each other is just
trying to one up each other for sure.
Yeah, because they're each other's competition. Even though, I mean,
like I doubt Universal went into Harry Potter and was like, watch this Disney. I don't think that they did that. I think they were like, this is going to be our thing that's going to take us over Disney maybe, but like it wasn't like a,
I think that they built that land and they were like, we need to have something that people that are booking their vacations to go to Disney have a reason to come to Universal and see.
Right. Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. I will say like Harry Potter prior to Epic is definitely like the coolest part, but that's the one part that I refuse to really spend much time in because it's like elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. And it sucks that you can't really immerse yourself in something that they did so well, but now we'll be able to.
Yeah, I think that the scale of France is going to be like.
Right. And isn't that crazy though that like they gave them so much room and it feels so tight in that area? Between the two, I guess
so
is it 14 acres in between
this
the both
is just
areas?
No, it's just Hogsmeade. Hogsmeade is 14 acres. I think I check my video at Universal. I say it in it. If I can't, I think it's 14 acres.
Okay,
that's just Hogsmeade though.
Okay,
so the castle,
right?
Hagrid's.
It does feel
an island. That's an island. By the way.
It feels extremely small and compact, just because not because it's not like grand, but it's because there's just way too many people in there at all times.
Oh yeah, I definitely, and I've said this. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I've said it after visiting Universal a couple times, like probably last year or something. That like, I think that Universal is definitely bitten off. They need Epic. Because they've definitely bitten off a little bit more than they could chew.
With the capacity?
Because their capacity is atrocious.
Yeah.
There is days where we went there and not get one thing done because we refused to wait longer than that could be on us too. But there's no waiting for anything under 45 minutes some days. Right. And it's like, unless it's like E.T. and Men in Black, which... Even those rides, me and your brother went, and I shot that vlog, and ET was at a 35-minute wait when we went to leave. They definitely need Epic Universe because their capacity it can't be touching Disney, obviously,
but
but it's gotten so big that they
it
desperately need
kind of
Epic Universe.
is like in
It's
the, I mean,
starting. It
it
has
may
to
be
be.
because I don't think that they can hold as much as Disney, so that where the capacity number wouldn't match. But in terms of like wait times,
No, they're
they're
right up
definitely
there.
matching them, and
The
that's one thing
demand.
I have to say about Disney too. I think they both bit off more than they can chew. They like kept trying to up the ante, up the
Yep.
ante. But now, like, if you're not getting fast pass on a
Yep.
certain day, you're not enjoying the parks.
Yeah,
You're
and it
not getting on
sucks.
anything. Like even Showtime attractions are like insane.
Yeah,
Sometimes to get on the train at Disney to go
bro.
around is insane.
My
But
mother doesn't even like going to Magic Kingdom because of how hard it is to get to Magic Kingdom.
I don't think it's hard to
I,
get to Magic Kingdom.
yeah, I know, but she was like, "That's my least favorite place."
Yeah, she just hasn't experienced it. I don't think right.
Listen, I just love them all. You just talked about going into Magic Kingdom, and I think about being on the ferry boat, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I want to be on my. But yeah,
I
this
think you
episode's
got to go
about.
on a day of like just like little
I
kid
think
fun
that for
to
me,
fall in love with it for one day.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I think that for me, my love for Universal too is also like we started going to Universal before this big influx of
Yeah.
we experienced it when you could go during the week and there'd be like 10-minute waits on everything and like you
Yeah.
could walk on Mummy twice
I
and
don't
like
remember that for Disney for the last
yeah
20
yeah
years.
yeah yeah.
But yeah, Universal definitely was still you're able
During
to
the
go.
week you
Even
could
on a
go.
weekend though, sometimes
It's
they
like
weren't even that
SeaWorld right
bad.
now. Like SeaWorld you can go during the week and
Just write
just
everything.
ride everything. And you can't do
Yeah.
that at Universal and that speaks it but
So I honestly feel like though Epic, I know clearly Epic Universe is part of Universal, but does it not feel like a whole different like the way they've edged to me? It feels like it's a
it just
whole nother
feels
league of its own.
so big. It feels it.
Like it's
We haven't been there yet, but it feels like it is so much bigger.
I don't even
The
mean on
he
that, but like yeah,
the I
just
think
the
that
detail they did. I'm just really excited for the detail.
yeah, I think that yeah, they definitely pulled all the stops. I think that they've just been honestly the
Has anybody
last
seen
like
the flying dragons yet? Have they put those up?
I have not.
And
I
nobody's just
haven't other than them like seeing them without.
they're probably
I
waiting for
haven't seen
opening
it
day for that.
probably
That sucks.
because the dragons that are roaming are
They
crazy.
are. I've been like everybody were talking about that clip that got out of like the dragons flying around, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited to see that. Hopefully
I'm
we get
yeah.
lucky and they put them out.
And I mean
They won't,
maybe
but
not for
maybe.
us, but I mean they didn't put them up during media,
Yeah,
and they seem to have pulled all the stops for the media
yeah,
people. But yeah, they definitely. I feel like the last like 15 years of Universal have everything that they've done with Harry Potter, everything that they've done with Velocicoaster and the Hagrids and all the additions, all the stuff that they're like because they created new tech for Forbidden Journey. They
right.
created new tech for, I mean, Spider Man. Like Spider Man was voted the best dark ride for like 14 years straight.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like they're the underdog when it comes to Disney, obviously. So like everything that they've done for the last 15 years has just like built up to them finally having the budget or whatever to build something as grand as a
Disney
Disney
has.
park.
Yeah,
Because it feels like Celestial Park feels like it's huge. It
yeah,
looks like it's gigantic. The
yeah.
fountain work,
Think
it's just
they've changed the trajectory of their like future kind of what
yes.
it's gonna be like.
And then they turned around and announced a brand new park after that. You know that, right?
Hmm?
Great Britain is getting a Universal Park.
Was it Universal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Great
oh, I
Britain's
thought it
getting
was Disney.
no, they're getting a Universal Park.
Nice.
Yeah. So another, and that's I think 2030 or 2031 or something. It might be
Right.
2028. I'm not sure, but yeah, just crazy.
Yeah, it's
People are
crazy.
saying that Epic Universe is giving like Tokyo Disney Sea. I've heard it from a lot. I've read it from multiple people and heard it from multiple people.
Disney goers?
Yes. Ordinary Ventures.
I mean, what's their opinion? I'm just kidding. I like them a lot.
And then like
Um,
for your amusement are Disneyland guys. They
right.
love
Yeah.
Disneyland. They love Disney Sea.
I
And they're saying that Epic is giving it. They said that Disneyland, Epic Universe, like just
Okay.
under it, and
Really?
then Tokyo Disney Sea
Is under this?
is under Epic.
Tokyo Sea?
But they're ride guys too, and
Okay.
Tokyo Disney Sea is like this big. We can't speak from experience, obviously, but it is this like grand, beautiful park. But the rides, they have bangers. There's obviously Pooh's Honey Hunt.
I've noticed a lot of people say that, by the way,
Bangers,
but it cringed me when I said
when
it.
you said it, because you don't say it on a
I'm
regular
like,
basis.
yuck.
That's why I said it earlier. But they have like the Beauty and the Beast arc ride. They have Pooh's Honey Hunt.
Right.
Pooh's Honey Hunt was doing this trackless dark ride thing before, way before anybody else, 10 years before everybody.
Yeah.
But they don't have as many
Like
e-ticket
thrill?
rides. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. That like and now they have the whole Frozen area,
Right.
but it is more about the lands, the
Beauty.
beauty of the park more than it is about like the attractions.
Right. Yeah.
This is our longest
I'm
episode in
excited.
a while,
Well,
by the way, guys.
I am very, very excited to see it. I do think it's going to hold up to Disney for
Yeah.
me. And that's saying a lot because
That is her admitting that is a lot.
well, I was trying to admit it earlier, but you didn't want to let me get there.
I just didn't want to start. We started talking about Disney right away when we.
Well, I was just trying to get to like that's how grand I think this park is going to be. Like,
Yeah.
if you compare how Universal has been with Disney, it has been like
It's been
not
it's been the underdog.
Right.
I wouldn't say not it. I would say under. I mean, you can say not it.
I would
You
say
think
not
it's
it.
not it.
Yeah.
Me and
not
her
it.
have at first like.
But they have it things like I think
It's
they
still
did
fun.
Minions really good. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
That's funny. That's one of the things really good. They did Minions real good.
They did. It's
Bro,
adorable.
It is.
But it's still not super immersive.
Yeah, no. The Minions Land? No, it feels like it's just plopped.
Like, yeah,
it's
right
just
there.
plopped
Boom.
there.
Here we are.
I want to we need like I'm excited like you were kind of saying it earlier like Epic Universe does mean like this new was that the baby making noise? We got the baby on a monitor. We're almost done. We'll wrap it up. But this Epic Universe also, what does it mean for Universal and Islands? I feel like now that they have that, they're gonna have to go back to the other parks. Like Disney is now adding all this stuff to their parks.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go to the older parks and give them a little bit of.
Give it to Universal first, dude.
Yeah, Universal needs it more than Islands. People say that Islands needs help because of the Poseidon's Fury is empty and that whole area is empty. I think that Universal needs it way worse.
I agree. Universal that they both really need it.
Universal,
to be honest with you.
Universal is. Yeah, I mean, you can say Islands needs it for sure but Islands
because I've been to Universal since I was probably like the first time I went, I was probably like 7 or 8. So like I've been going, and like other than the add-on of like Minions and Course Harry Potter, like they've changed things, but they haven't really changed much. Like Simpsons is still like Simpsons looks the same as it did the day that it was open, except faded.
Yeah.
You know, like what I mean. Like neither park has had like really like grand, amazing something that needs.
They
to be
also
done.
like did 3D ride thing pretty hard for a while, and they're like living. I think Universal Studios as a park is living in that right now where it's like we did this thing and it was cool for people weren't really sure if they liked it at first and it was cool for a little bit. He's up.
Yep.
But now they're you can go.
I'll wrap this up. Guys. But yes, I do think Epic Universe is going to live up to
Disney.
Disney.
She said it, guys.
I will let you know after we go
Yeah,
if I still believe that.
we'll do a review cast too. We will be vlogging it too, by the way. I love you. I'll be right there.
Bye.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that from what we were saying, Epic Universe is definitely going to be like the trickle into making all Universal Orlando Resort like this insane. Oop, there they are. The doors opening. Juggernaut of theme park. Will they ever live up to? Well, I'll tell you maybe after we go to Epic. But will it ever live up to how big and beautifully grand Disney parks are? We'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. This has been this is gonna be a long episode. We were doing the short episodes, but we had a lot to talk about. We had a little back and forth in the beginning right off rip because we're both passionate about. I mean, I'm passionate about it all. Tiffany just grew up going to Disney, so it's like Universal is not. She just doesn't have the nostalgia with it. She's ready to tell you that she thinks it's ghetto, but it says a lot when somebody that is that diehard for Disney is saying that Epic Universe is gonna stand next to a Disney park. Just saying. Thank you guys for watching. We love you. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Give us a review if you're listening to the audio. And we will see you in another episode. And if you haven't already, go watch all the new vlogs. And I promise you, we will be vlogging in the park. So if you're not sick of Epic Universe content already and you need some new content, we'll be there on the 24th. I plan on having the vlog out a day or two right after that. Sorry, burps. Thank you guys for watching. You mean the world to us. Bye.